Hi, this is Rony Mullick, and you're watching the Post Market Show. So, today, markets opened after a holiday, and as you know, we did talk about this that during these kind of holidays, market holidays, which are locally because other global markets are obviously trading, they are open, they cause big gap or gap up or gap down whenever there is a holiday and the market opens after that day. So that is something very common, and that is exactly what has happened today. So what happened today, instead of a gap up, markets opened with a gap down. But since the previous day, on 14th of August, the momentum was bullish, so the markets rallied up slowly, but it was consolidating, and it moved up very slowly as well. So let's look into the charts and see. So this is the 15-minute chart of Nifty I have in front of me. Markets ended slightly in the green, 0.16 percentage, and you can see it's a very similar price action. What happened on Monday. Markets opened with a gap down, and then throughout the day it moved slowly back up. So that is the situation. Nifty finally closing around 19,465, still a closing below 19,500. Although markets went up as close as 19,481 today. So good to see that markets are, there is some positivity, at least after the gap down, it is trying to rally. So that is a good thing to see. Coming to Bank Nifty is having a bearish, momentum going on, and today is also one of those such days. But still, it was very similar to what happened on the previous day. But markets did move up, but it did not move up and close in the green. Bank Nifty down by 0.33 percentage. Good to see 43,740 taken as a very, very good support. Almost multiple times throughout the day. So once around in the morning and then once in the afternoon. So that is good to see that these levels are being respected. And this is a good support area as well for Bank Nifty. So it did move up, and this trend line is still causing a lot of negativity, and markets did close around that trend line. Overall, Bank Nifty negative. Coming to mid caps and small caps, both of them have ended in the positive, but mid caps slightly in the green by 0.08 percentage. It was small caps which did pretty well, 0.42 percentage up. Sector wise, we have most of the sectors ending in the green, barring three sectors. One of them is Nifty Metals, down by 0.94 percentage. Pretty weak, I would say. Nifty Financial Services, it is down by 0.34 percentage, although we did have a recovery towards the end, but still it has ended in the red. And Nifty Private Banks falling by 0.46 percentage. So these are the sectors which fell, and the rest of them are up. So talking about positive sectors, we have auto up by 0.64 percentage, IT up by 0.59 percentage, FMCG up by 0.4 percentage, energy and pharma both up by 0.6 percentage. So this is the situation right now in the indices. Index movers include Infosys and L&T, Ultratech Cement, Mahindra & Mahindra, NTPC, Tata Motors. They all contributed on the positive side. But again, HDFC Bank's dragging the markets down. It is a heavyweight, and it is down by 0.29 percentage, being the top dragger, followed by Bharti Airtel, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Tata Steel. So it's banking stocks, steel stocks, they are the ones which are mostly weak. And good to see FIIs and DIIs both turning net buyers, although DIIs have bought in huge quantities, 2,406 crore. That is a huge quantity, I must say, but FIIs have also bought, but just 722 crores. So that is the situation. The net institutional figure is positive. Talking about economic data, we had the UK inflation data coming out today. It is at 6.8 percentage, in line with expectation, lower than previous month. And similarly, Euro area GDP growth rate has been released, and you can see it is at 0.6 percentage. GDP growth has definitely reduced, but it is in line with expectation. And let's see if there is anything else that is important. No, there is nothing else. We have the FOMC minutes of the meeting at 11:30, so keep an eye out for that. In case there is any statement, we can discuss that tomorrow, but not looking like a very important day that much. So that is there, and nothing else is there even tomorrow. We don't have so much data to be announced as well. Important data, I should say. Okay, now looking into the global markets and see how things are happening over there. Okay, UK markets, no, sorry, US markets are negative. Okay, yesterday when our markets were closed, US markets had fallen. You can see S&P 500, a big red candle forming, and yesterday's low has been broken. That indicates bearishness, and also we are seeing a trend line which is negative, a negative trend line from 27th of July that still holds. Dow Jones is just flat, 0.03% green, so nothing much is happening. Still, it is on a bearish trajectory. Nasdaq is down by 0.5%. So overall, US markets are looking negative once again. Okay, coming to the European markets, UK markets are down by 0.5%, and it is also falling. The French markets are down by 0.1%, and German markets are slightly positive, 0.14% up. Rest all markets are down, especially the Asian markets look pretty weak, because we are seeing Korean markets huge gap down and falling 1.76%. So that is something huge. So that is there. And apart from that, Chinese market 0.3% down, and Nikkei or the Japanese markets, it's down 1.46%. So that is also huge, because this 12th of July low has been broken in Japanese market, and Hong Kong markets are also down by 1.36%. Global markets looking very, very bearish, I would say. Not very, very bearish, but definitely Asian markets are very bearish. US markets are just negative, and UK markets are hanging on somewhere, and European markets. Overall sentiment, I would say it is on the negative side. India VIX slowly moving up, 1.08% up today. Now it is at 12.125. So VIX is on an upward trajectory. So option premiums will be more expensive in the coming days, looking at the VIX rising. Crude oil prices are, after taking resistance around 84 levels, it is coming down with a lot of strength. It is at 80.3, 0.9% down. Gold prices are still down. It is taking support around 1900 levels. So nothing much has happened in gold. So it is again falling. So gold falling, and dollar index. Yes, we have to look at dollar index as well. So dollar index is at 103.308. So this is clearly the trend line has been broken on the upside, and markets are moving up. The dollar index is moving up with a lot of strength, signifying weakness for the equity markets. That is exactly what is happening. Indian rupee has made another all-time low yesterday at 83.42, but now it has slowly strengthened, but it's still above 83.17 to be precise. So this is the situation. Not looking good for the Indian rupee at this point. Now tomorrow, expiry. So expiry is let's see the situation. Nifty put call ratio 1.05. This means people are expecting kind of a neutral expiry. Intraday, a lot of puts have been added, especially 19300 and 400 levels. So, and also overall basis, 19300, 400 has good amount of puts. Above 19500, 600 having good amount of calls. So kind of balanced situation. But back Nifty looks kind of bearish, because 44,000 and 44,500 having huge amount of call build-ups. In fact, 44,000 added the highest amount of call build-up today. And on the put side, we have 43,700, 43,800 and 43,500. These are the supports to be watched out for. Still, the amount of calls are much more than the amount of puts, indicating slight bearishness in Bank Nifty tomorrow. So let's look into the price action levels and see what we can expect from there, and the levels. Obviously, we have to watch out for those. Looking at the global markets, it can be bearish. The trend can be bearish, and we also have a trend line just passing through the highs of today. So we have to see if markets break out from these levels, and we have talked multiple times that 19,500 should be broken with a lot of strength, and once it closes above that, we can have a good bullish momentum on the upside. Otherwise, it will act as a multiple resistance zone, 19,520 to 19,560 levels, and markets will fall from there. So you have to wait for that, and so those levels are definitely to be looked out for. 19,523 on the upside, 19,566 next. So watch out for those levels, and above that 19,640 I think should be enough for tomorrow. Don't expect the markets to move beyond that. And on the downside, we have 19,432 somewhere in the middle, so that will act as a resistance or support based on where the markets are. But important supports are at 19,330 levels, then 19,250 levels, because that is where the markets made a low on Monday. And around 19,233, I'm not expecting that to be broken. Once that is broken, markets will turn very, very bearish. So looks like tomorrow is going to be a consolidating expiry, because the way things are, locally we are seeing the buying coming in, but globally markets are weak. So that is why we are expecting a lot of gap downs, and then markets are moving up. So expecting kind of similar day, but expect volatility because VIX is on the rise. And okay, coming to Bank Nifty now. Okay, what to expect from Bank Nifty? Bank Nifty is similar. You can see a downward trend line happening in Bank Nifty from 8th of August. Yes, and Bank Nifty also is more bearish than Nifty, so that is to be taken into consideration as well. So taking all that into consideration, 43,740 is a good support, and it is a very important support as well. If you look into the charts on the daily candle as well, it is a good support. So that is definitely going to be playing a role. In case that is broken, we have 43,470 as a support. Not expecting the markets to fall below that. Above we have this trend line, obviously that will be acting as a resistance. Once that is broken, 44,150, 44,500, these are the levels to watch out for. But looking at the 44,000 calls which have been so aggressively, not expecting the markets to move beyond 44,150 tomorrow. And even if it does, there will be a sell off from there, like we have seen multiple times happening. Even yesterday, I mean on Monday, we had a similar situation happening. So a lot of those factors will be coming in. Bank Nifty definitely looking kind of bearish from these the levels. Once there's a clear breakout from these trend lines, and then we can expect some bullishness, but this is not the right time to buy. We will expect at least 44,500 to be broken on the upside to get a clear buy signal. Apart from that, tomorrow's expiry, we have discussed the levels, and looking at the global markets, I have already said likely to open flat or a gap down. If it's a gap down, it could be more bearish as well, depending on how the global markets are reacting. But on the upside, there are multiple resistances as well, so not expecting a huge up move tomorrow. Maybe it could be consolidating, and a down move could be there, very much possible. And as usual, we have on expiry days after 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, the second half especially, if there is a trend on either side or upside, downside, whatever it is likely to continue. So trend followers have a very, very good time trading the trend after intraday players, especially after 12 o'clock. So keep that in mind as well. So that is all from my side. Thank you for watching, and have a very good night.